Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So I had to do this voiceover style because I recorded this while I was on a little weekend getaway and the music was loud and turned up. But today we're doing these jumbo braids. It took me about 2.5 hours. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to part my hair and stuff off camera because you know how that go. Like with trying to part and stuff, it's just really difficult for me to do on camera. So I'm gonna part my hair and stuff off camera, but I wanted to first show you what hair I'm using. So I know I said before that I didn't like the texture of this kind of like pre-stretched hair, but for this type of style it is gonna be necessary, at least in my mind. Now let me just say this: I've never done this before. This is my first time attempting to do this style. I'm only going based off of pictures, and I seen a quick little TikTok of like a girl doing it. So I don't really know for real how to do this. I just know that like once you finish, you distress it. But and I don't want to watch any tutorials because I just want to figure it out for myself, by myself, you know, independent woman. In my mind, this style will need this pre-stretched hair because it's thicker. Like the Kaneca line hair, the like regular Kaneca line hair, the original Kaneca line hair is like very it's not as dense. But this hair is more dense, and we need more dense because it'll help to cover up our braids, right? Just, you'll see. It's the Model Glance Formation 10 times Natural Touch Braid. It says buy 8 and get 2 free. So basically, this is what it looks like. And yeah, so based on what's going on in my head, I think like this will be thicker, so that way, because we're gonna do like the crochet method, so that way it could cover up our braids, because I'm thinking I'm gonna do the sections pretty big because I ain't really got a lot of time. So yeah, and I only got 1 pack of that, and then I got 3 packs of this model water wave hair. This is 22 inches and I got it in the color 2, of course. So I'm going to part my hair off camera and then I'll come back. I don't know like if I'll come back, and I don't know exactly what formation I'm going to do this in yet, but you'll see because it's the next clip, right? Okay, so this is how I parted my hair in the front with a little bit of like a diagonal tip. And I'm just going to show you like one section. I'm adding some like jam around the perimeter just to like smooth it out. I didn't really care too much about it being like super sleek and super smooth because like the braid isn't like neat, you know. And so I'm just gonna detangle the ends and then I'm going to braid. Now y'all already know I'm gonna do a braid within a braid. That's kind of like what I just prefer to do. I actually don't know why. I just like it better that way. I feel like it's easier that way, and I get to like get my roots nice and like tight and locked down, so that way I don't have to worry about like the style looking old too quick, especially with like these bigger sections, because my hair is really like coarse. So I kind of need this in order for like a style to last long enough. And you know, I don't really like tying my hair down and all that, so I especially be needing it. But I'm going to just braid my braid all the way down, and then we'll add in the hair and braid that. And I had already washed my hair too. Like I had washed my hair and conditioned it and all of that stuff, so it was moisturized. It's just my hair is such a dirty, dusty brown color. I'm going to rinse it soon. Anyways, so now we're going to add in the braiding hair. So I'm going to make, because listen, this is a big section, so I got to get a lot of hair in there. So I have to really twist it to get it even on the crochet hook, like so that it'll even come close to closing. And then pull it through. Now we're going to do one horizontally and then one vertically. Now I don't know which is which, okay? You figure that out amongst yourselves. One up and down and one across, okay? So now we're gonna do the one that goes across. And like I said, making sure to like twist and put it on. I had to do it this way because I would not have been able to fit all of that hair in like just one try. Because like I needed a nice amount of hair because these are really big. I think I probably only had like 10 because I was pressed for time. So now we're gonna bring the ones that's up and down and pull them together to cover up the braid that we did, like our actual hair. And then we are going to use the other two pieces to start to braid, making sure to like keep the braid tucked in the hair as you go along, because you don't want your braid kind of like popping out full blown. It's okay if it shows a little bit and you can't necessarily see the braid, but don't let like the full blown braid show. So I'm making sure and being mindful of that, trying to keep the hair tucked and braiding that down. And then we're just gonna start to add in some curly hair. Now as I was doing this, I realized that I needed a lot more curly hair than I had to like add in throughout, but I only had 3 packs and I had already low-key burned through almost all of it. So and I had to try to divide it evenly, so we didn't really have a lot of curly hair to work with. But we're just gonna add the curly hair in and then continue to braid and add in some more in as we go. Now toward the bottom, I wanted to make sure that I left more curly hair out than like the straight hair. I kind of had to be a little bit strategic with how I added the curly hair in, you know. So yeah, so we're just gonna braid that all the way down and I'll let you watch. Now once I get to the bottom, I'm just going to take a piece of the curly hair, wrap it around, and then tie a knot a couple of times just to kind of like be sure that the braid doesn't unravel or that the curly hair doesn't unravel. Because you know, when trying to do a braid with this type of hair, it's so easy for it to unravel. So then I'm gonna just go back in and just distress a little bit. I didn't really do much distressing. My nails they needed to be redone, and I had cracked a couple, so I really wasn't trying to mess my nails up. And obviously I needed to use my fingers and my nails to distress, but I'm just going to go back in and just distress a little, and then that's also going to help to cover up like if the braid is showing in any areas. But you see how it looks if you really do a lot of distressing, like that little piece down there toward the bottom of the screen. But you know, and I didn't really have time to do all that for real. Like I was rushing, like I had to do this super quick because I had to leave. So yeah, it worked out for what I needed it for. I definitely will do this again when I have more time to really like do it for real. But I think they look cute. So that's it. Give the video a thumbs up, comment, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.